listening to Estate at the Union, estate planning made simple. Here's your host, Brad Wewell, from Texas Trust Law in Austin, Texas.
Hi, this is Brad Wewell with Texas Trust Law. This is our podcast, The Estate of the Union, which I've always liked the name of that. The Estate of the Union. It's a cool name and it's a cool podcast. And we appreciate you listening or watching today, too. On our podcast, we often talk about some hardcore law stuff, and we've had a variety of guests and teammates here at Texas Trust Law appear to educate you in the law. But we sometimes take a little detour and talk about charities, different charities that we think would be interesting to you, that do things you wouldn't know they're doing, kind of really a lot of invisible work. And we're trying to make the work of some of these charities more visible. If you're involved with a charity and you would like to have somebody come over and talk to us about that, we'd be happy to look at what you've got and maybe do a podcast with you too. But today we have Kara Henderson with Catholic Charities of Central Texas. And Kara, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Good. And the first thing we're going to do is talk about Catholic charities. So Catholic charities sounds kind of Catholic.
It is indeed.
All right. Do you have to be Catholic to be involved?
You don't. Our mission is universal.
Okay. Do you have to be Catholic to give money?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think so. Just kind of thinking that through. And do you have to be Catholic to get any of the benefits you're going to provide?
No. We serve anyone in need. We are people of faith serving anyone in need here in our Central Texas community.
All right. So let's get that out of the way. We have a nice name, and there's Catholic elements to it, of course, but anybody can do it, anybody can be involved, and anybody could give money.
That's right.
All right. Good. So tell our audience about Catholic charities from maybe a 10,000-foot perspective.
Yeah. So, Brad, like you mentioned, we are people of faith serving anyone in need. At Catholic Charities, we exist to walk with our neighbors during some of the most challenging times in their life, help them live with dignity, and give them the opportunity to begin to thrive. So we've been around since 1999. We just celebrated our 25th anniversary.
Okay, very cool.
We're the social service arm of the Diocese of Austin, and we serve the entire Diocese of Austin. That's 25 counties.
Wow.
We have offices in Austin, Brazos Valley, Killeen, and Waco, but we serve anyone in our 25 county service region.
So let's just go over that again. The geography lesson was a little bit quick.
Mm-hmm.
So the Austin Diocese, as I understand it, goes as far east as Bryan College Station. That's the Brazos Valley you're referring
Correct.
to. I think we know where Waco is, up 35. We know where Killeen, you may not know where Killeen is, ladies and gentlemen. You go up I-35, not as far as Waco, you get to Temple. You take a left and you go to Killeen, and Killeen is where my beautiful wife Cindy's from. A little hard scrabble up there.
Yeah.
A lot of poverty.
There's a lot of need in
military
those
base there. Yeah.
And that's why Catholic Charities is there. We
Okay.
go where the need is.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about the need and give us some sense of what sort of services you provide to people in need.
Sure. So there are Catholic charities across the United States. We are Catholic Charities of Central Texas.
Okay.
So all of the services and programs we offer are designed to meet the needs of our local community.
Okay.
So we offer things like affordable mental health care. That's a big challenge.
How does that work?
So we have licensed professional counselors on staff ready to serve
I'll be darned.
at a reduced rate or free, depending on what our clients can provide. We feel it's really important for people to have access to mental health care, and that's something we prioritize at Catholic
Well, I'm
Charities.
sure that's a big deal. It seems like everybody there's a lot of stress out there.
Absolutely.
And then when you don't have money, that's more stress. And if you have a broken family or a challenged family, that's more stress.
Absolutely.
Huh, I did not know that.
And,
Okay.
you know, taking care of your mental health, we know is just as important as taking care of your physical health. So we want people
For
to
sure.
have access to those resources.
Okay, what else?
Disaster response. So when there's
Okay.
a natural disaster, Catholic Charities is there to help get people back to their pre-disaster state or better. So we responded to the Texas winter storm several years ago.
Okay, all right, sure.
Tornadoes, floods. Catholic Charities is there on the ground helping families through that crisis.
Okay, kind of like Red Cross might do.
A bit, yeah. We work with the Red Cross in those
Okay,
situations.
kind of complement them. All right.
We look for the gaps and what aren't they providing, and we step in to provide those resources.
Okay, all right, very good, very good.
Financial stability is one of our programs. That's a big one. We know the cost of living is rising, rent and utilities are so expensive.
Food, eggs, I think, are high.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we work with families, help them get through that financial crisis, but also we provide education, financial classes, work with families on their budgeting. So we like to say we give a hand up, not a handout.
Sure.
We'll help you with that one-time assistance, but we'll also give you the tools so you don't fall into a financial crisis again.
Let's drill down on that. Okay, so I am short on my rent. Can I come to Catholic Charities and get a check for $150 to cover my rent this month and maybe another check next month? How would that work?
So we like to say we don't like to create repeat customers.
Okay, got it.
So
Sure, that makes
that's
sense.
where our education and one-on-one case management comes into play.
Okay.
Yes, if someone is about to get kicked out of their home, about to have their lights shut off, we absolutely help them financially during those times.
Okay.
But what's really important is again, giving them the tools and resources and education so that they don't have that, repeat financial crisis cycle.
Yeah, you don't want to, I wouldn't think, develop a dependency.
No.
Because there's only so much money you've got.
It's true. And also, I found a lot of the families that come to us seeking help, they don't want to come seeking help. They
Sure.
want to do it on their
Sure.
own. So they're really happy to get that education and those tools in
Okay.
addition to that one-time assistance. Yeah.
What sort of education would that be?
So we offer, actually free to the public, anyone in the community can access them, monthly financial classes on a variety of topics. We partner with local banks like Frost Bank on some of our classes.
Okay.
So working on budgeting, credit reports and scores, understanding how those work. Just different financial topics that maybe people didn't get education on.
Do I have to go to a classroom for this? Can I do it online?
We offer them virtually, actually.
Okay.
So anyone in our 25 counties, you can go on our website, ccctx.org, and we have the classes listed there, and you can register and attend on Zoom.
That's CCC, that's 3 C's.
CCC.
Catholic Charities Central TX, Texas. Okay, good. See, I'm really sharp today.
He is.
Get this stuff. I have it written down in front of me here too. That's on the third C. CCCTX. Okay, good. So somebody that has a need, and let's say that we do estate planning here, and we often have clients who are concerned about their kids, just money management, but more than money management, just money knowledge. Would some of those classes be helpful for them too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And again, if a family has a unique need or unique
Okay.
situation like that, they can come to us, work with one of our case managers on an individual level and get individual counseling based on their family's needs.
How many people are over there? How many employees do you guys have?
We have about, across all of our offices, I believe 50 employees.
Wow, it's a lot big operation.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
all right. I've got down here that you do some immigration, legal services, and refugee services
We
too.
do. We serve immigrants and refugees as well, offering them legal support and an opportunity to gain legal status in the country. As
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard in the circles you run in, the immigration legal process is expensive, complicated,
Sure.
time-consuming. So we offer immigrants and refugees the opportunity to gain legal status when they may not otherwise be able to do so.
Okay, great. Now I've got another thing down here that I'm not aware of. And, some of y'all watching this may be aware of St. Gabriel's Pregnancy and Parenting Program. What is St. Gabriel's Pregnancy and Parenting Program?
So that is one of our bigger programs.
Okay.
It's designed to help parents who are either expecting or have a child under the age of 3 We know raising children is expensive, so we offer material support, diapers, wipes, hygiene items. But more importantly, we again offer specialized parenting education on special topics. And, you know, what I've heard from a lot of our clients that I've been able to talk to in this program is that it helps them build a community of other parents who are in their community going through similar things, which is so important to have people lean on. So that's something really special about that program.
So they're not alone.
Correct.
Is there a physical place for St. Gabriel's?
Yes, so we offer that program out of all of our offices. So many of our moms come in, meet with their case manager. Our case managers, again, work one-on-one with them, build that relationship, advocate for them. I've heard of some of our case managers who have gone to the delivery room with a mom, gone to doctors' offices and advocated for that mom with the doctor.
Sure.
So they're doing really amazing stuff in that program.
And I would bet that's a thriving program.
It is, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I've got St. Michael's Veteran Services.
Yes.
All right, tell me about that.
That's another very special program we have, serving our nation's heroes, our veterans. So again, we work with them one-on-one, get to know them, what their needs are, help prevent a financial crisis, help prevent them from becoming homeless, and offer specialized resources just for our veterans.
Okay, you mentioned homeless.
Yes.
Do you have much of a ministry to homeless people?
So we at Catholic Charities, there are so many great organizations because it's such a big problem in our community.
Hot topic.
And they're doing great work serving the homeless. At Catholic Charities, we exist to prevent that homelessness from happening in the first place. So our mentality is we know it's infinitely more complicated and expensive to pull someone off the street than it is to prevent that situation from occurring in the first place. So that is our focus, is kind of serving as a dam to the flood, preventing homelessness in our community. And then when we do come across a veteran who is homeless or a family facing homelessness, the great thing about Catholic Charities is we have so many amazing partners in our community, and we absolutely, if there's a need someone expresses to us that we can address, we refer them to our trusted partners.
You can plug them into another group that can help
Make sure they get the help they need.
That's really interesting. So I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Keeping people from becoming helpless.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a big deal. And
It
you're right,
is.
once you're in the street, it gets a lot harder.
It is.
We've had Alan Graham on the program.
Yes.
Mobile Loaves and Fishes.
They're
too.
doing amazing work, and they're one of our partners.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. So if you want to learn about homelessness and what's going on in Austin, ladies and gentlemen, Mobile Loaves and Fishes is an amazing program too. We've done a podcast with Alan Graham probably about a year and a half ago. You can find it on our website, texastrustlaw.com, and all our podcasts are there. But yeah, it's a great ministry for the homeless and people that obviously didn't get the help before they became homeless.
That's right.
And he's helping them on the back end. You guys are helping them on the front end to
That's
avoid
right.
that.
Yes.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Okay, tell me some stories.
Yes, absolutely. So in my job, I have the benefit of meeting many of our clients, both while they're being served and after. Something I hear very frequently, which is interesting, is our clients tell me, I feel like I can breathe again. They come to us in some of the hardest times in their life. They're weighed down. And just giving them not just that assistance, but also treating them with dignity, letting them know they're cared for, that they're valued, and giving them the tools to build a better future for themselves, it lifts that burden, and they feel more free, and that's what we're all about, giving people the chance to thrive. One mom that I really connected with, that I spoke with recently, her name was Elise.
Okay.
She is a perfect example of many of the clients we see who they're really doing everything right. They hit a bump in the road and don't have a support system. And
What kind of a bump in the road would that be?
Yeah, so in Elisa's case, she was a new mom, had a baby under 1 year old. She had a great job. She had just bought her first home on her own. She was so proud of that.
Yeah.
And she had a great job as a graphic designer at a company. Well, her company got acquired, and she got laid off unexpectedly.
Just like that, right?
Just like that. And she's left this single mom, new mortgage, new baby,
No money.
thinking, what am I going to do? She had savings. She had
Right,
saved up.
okay.
But you know how quickly
Sure,
you can run through
sure,
those savings.
sure.
And she started to get to a crisis point and say, I don't want to ask for help, but I don't want to lose my home, and I have to take care of my kid. What am I going to do? So she came to Catholic Charities.
Okay.
She was behind, I believe, 4 months on her mortgage. And she said, I was just hoping that y'all could maybe pay 1 month for me to just give me a little breathing room. We met with her, got to know her. We paid all of that back mortgage for her. And that, again, gave her the space to breathe and say, okay, what am I going to do with my life? She'd
Right.
been applying for jobs, hadn't gotten anything. She decided to get a certification to become a graphic design teacher.
Okay.
She did that. She got an amazing job. She stayed in her home. And today, she's doing great. She actually started her own business,
Wow.
a Catholic art business that she runs alongside her daughter. She has another new baby. She's married, and she's still in that home we helped her stay in.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a really good
She's
story.
an incredible person, and there are so many like her. At Catholic Charities last year, we helped 14,000 individuals.
Wow.
So that's 14,000 Elises out
You
there.
got 50 employees helping 14,000
That's
people.
right.
That's a lot of work.
We're busy.
Yeah, I would think you are. Yes, I got that. So let's go beyond that. What are some of the bigger challenges that you've got?
At Catholic Charities, you know, Brad, we talked about our financial stability program. In that program alone, we get thousands of requests for help per month.
I'll bet.
And just
I'll
one
bet.
of our
I'll bet.
programs.
I'll bet.
So honestly, one of our biggest challenges is having the funding needed to help every person that comes to us. We want to say yes to everyone. We need the resources to do so. We couldn't do that without our community support, whether it's donating, volunteering, however you want to get involved. Please consider Catholic Charities.
So people can volunteer.
They can.
What would they do?
You can do, what I love about our volunteer program is we really tailor it to the specific person. If you worked in the finance industry, come
Right.
help our financial stability program and teach a class.
Okay.
If you're a mom, an experienced mom, come help with our pregnancy and parenting program. If you have legal skills, come help our immigration legal services program. We also have really fun opportunities. We just did our first service Saturday at our
Okay.
Austin campus.
Now, what is that?
Where people came by and did some outdoor beautification, some beautification of our indoor spaces to help our clients feel more warm and comfortable, organizing all of the material donations. We go through thousands of those per month. So it was a really fun time. So any way you want to get involved with volunteerism, we got you. Just reach out to us.
So they reach out through the website.
Yes.
ccctx.org.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a phone number?
Yes, you can call us at 512-651-6100.
Let's go with that again.
512-651-6100.
Okay, great. The need doesn't seem to be getting less.
No, every year it's more.
Right, right. How are you, do you have any predictions or perspective on what things are going to look like the next 10 years?
I think, finances continue to be a challenge. We don't see that slowing down. So that's going to be an increased need. It's hard to predict, Brad. That's kind of one of the hardest things
Sure.
about what we do. But what we can say is, I know at Catholic Charities and so many other great organizations, we are so motivated to meet that need. We will do it. We need our community support.
No,
in
it kind
order
of
to do
strikes me that we've got a lot of people moving here to Central Texas, and a lot of people are moving here for a better life because they didn't have such a great life where they came from.
that. That's right.
But they're going to get here and maybe not find a job right away. Maybe the car breaks down. Maybe they don't have the credit to rent an apartment too. That's a big deal, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And can you help with things like that?
We absolutely can. Like I said, one of the great things about what we do is it's not a one and done. We get to
Okay.
know people, work with them on an individual basis for that exact reason.
Sure.
Every family situation is different, and we need to work with them and help really address those root causes of the challenges they have. Maybe they have poor credit, and we can work with them on that.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you help that?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Cool. Cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, once you're in the hole, it seems like you're never going to get out of the hole.
It is, and that's one of the reasons why we offer so many programs and services at Catholic Charities. We want to be a holistic place, a one-stop shop for these families.
So they have to bounce around town, trying to find something else. Sure.
That's right. So, for example, we get a lot of veterans coming to us saying, asking for financial assistance, and we say, okay, we'll help you with that, but why are you struggling financially? Maybe they have untreated PTSD or trauma, so we refer them to our counseling program. They can get mental health care as well. That's really important to addressing these complicated issues that families face.
These don't have to be Catholic veterans or any, I mean,
anyone in need, our doors are open.
An atheist could walk in and...
yes, they could. We don't ask what their faith is. We don't
that's
even
interesting.
ask.
Okay. All right.
We
so
are
no
there.
Card, you don't need a membership card?
No, you don't.
Anything like that? Baptismal certificate?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. All right. What do you think the biggest challenge is going to be for y'all coming up?
I think, honestly, Brad, the demand for our services is so high.
That's what I would think.
Like I said, just in that financial stability program, thousands of requests per month.
Wow.
So we really need our community support now more than ever. So any way anyone can find to get involved, like we talked about volunteering, a financial donation is a really quick, efficient way.
They can do that on your website, I would think.
They can, absolutely. And you know, another great way to make a difference is with Brad and his team at Texas Trust Law. What's your legacy going to be? Consider donating to a nonprofit in your estate plan as well.
Very good. That's a nice plug. I appreciate that. She was not prompted on that, but that's no. We keep track of how much our clients give to charity. And I was just talking to Etheridge Brooks, one of our new lawyers, about this today. We calculated how much our clients are going to give to charity when they die. We've tracked it since about August 1st of 2018, and we're over $500 million.
Wow, that is
incredible. So we're going to get it to $1 billion. So you can help by letting us put a charity in your will, your trust, on a retirement account. Those are really easy ways to do things. You can put Catholic Charities as a primary beneficiary, contingent beneficiary on a retirement account, and they'll get the money and they won't pay income taxes on it, and it's a cool way to do it.
That's right.
So let's just kind of see if we can wrap up here with some hope. I think there's some perspective of some of our listeners that Catholic Charities, I mean, everybody thinks that the Catholic Church is rolling in dough, and so they give you all the money you need. How much of your budget comes from the Catholic diocese here?
Oh gosh, don't quote me, but I can tell you the majority of our work is funded by our local community.
So by not the diocese,
correct.
By normal people.
Correct.
Okay.
So Catholic Charities is truly an effort by our community for our community. We are the employees serving, live in our local community. We love our neighbors, and our community supports that work. We are so grateful. We couldn't do it without them.
So the bishop doesn't write a check to cover all the overhead and all the other things?
I mean, he certainly supports us, to be clear.
Sure.
He does, yes. But the need is so great.
You couldn't
we
make it on
can't
that.
just rely on one source.
Okay.
We need to get creative, and we need our community to rally around us.
Okay, well, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's, wow, that's a lot of work. 14,000 people a month?
In 1 year.
1 year, all right, and with 50 people.
That's right.
It's kind of loaves and fishes too, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Wow, wow. All right. So let's wrap up on this. Catholic Charities of Central Texas. If you want to get involved, could they contact you, Kara?
Absolutely.
Sure.
My information is on the website. Look for me, follow us on social media, leave me a comment, I'll respond there.
Kara Henderson.
Kara Henderson, Catholic Charities of Central Texas.
All right, and again, you can go to the website if you want to contribute. Can you sign up to be a volunteer on the website, or would that be something that somebody would contact you?
You can, you absolutely can. If you go to our volunteer page, you can sign up to volunteer there.
I'll be darned, okay, and that's CCC, 3Cs, TX.org.
Yep, ccctx.org.
Okay, great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, another great interview, and this has been fun and really informative. You hear about these things, and Oh, yeah, Catholic Charities, I don't know anything about them. What's next? Red Cross, and we got all these other things, but really, this is so helpful and so insightful and educational. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, it's kind of up to you to, if you want to support Catholic Charities, that'd be great. If you want to support any of the other groups we've had or any of the groups you're involved with. But the key here is to support them. I was talking to somebody the other day about the mortality rate in Travis County, and the last time I checked, the mortality rate in Travis County and Williamson County and Hayes County and Caldwell County and every county in the United States and probably every county in the world, the mortality rate's 100%. Okay, nobody's getting out here alive. And you can give it all to your family, and that's what most people do, and that's certainly not wrong. But if you don't have an extended family, or you really do want to peel a little bit off and give some to charity, we have clients who will give 10% of their estate to charity. We have clients who will give 1% of their estate. We have clients here literally right now in our office that have decided to cap how much their children get, and they're giving the rest to charity. So people can do that too. Mm-hmm. And the only negative part about that is that the IRS doesn't get as much. Wah. Maybe they don't get any. That's a really big why, isn't it? Oh, my goodness sakes. So really, when it comes to charitable planning, Congress kind of gives you a couple of choices. You can give to family and IRS, family and charity. Okay? If you want to give to family, great. If you want to give to IRS, probably not so great. If you want to give to charity, probably a little bit greater. So give that some thought. Here at Texas Trust Law, we don't charge for the first consultation. We have an office here, we have an office in Georgetown, we have an office in Horseshoe Bay. We're going to open another office here soon locally, so stand by for that announcement. But today, it's been a pleasure having Kara Henderson here from Catholic Charities, ccctx.org, to check it out. And you don't have to be Catholic anything.
That's right.
Okay, so all you atheists out there, let's get going.
Our doors are open.
Doors are open, all right. Protestants too, Jews too, Muslims too,
absolutely.
Hindus too, Baha'i, whatever.
Yes.
All right, great. Okay, so I just want to say thanks, Kara.
Thank
this
you.
was a lot of fun, and again,
fun.
very great information. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next time on the next edition of the Estate of the Union. Have a great day.